morning, guys, and welcome to Bajerski YouTube channel. What a wonderful and interesting day it was yesterday. Thank you for all your messages again. I've read through them. You know, guys, you really are beautiful. And when I say that, I don't mean that every message that you send me has to be filled with love and joy. I like the ones where you tackle an issue and something that you knee-jerk and react to, and you send me a message. I like them as well. I actually really like them, and the reason why is because I think the world is losing something very important, and that is debate. Once we've lost the art of communication and debate, we've lost everything. Then the darkness has won. We become totally separated. So when you say to me, "Oh, Mark, I don't think that, I don't believe that, I dislike that, I don't conform to what you're saying," good, good, because maybe you can share your wisdom with me, and then I get an insight of everything. The only time I have an issue is when ego or personal attack is involved. That, I think, is not necessary, because if I disagree with something that you've done, it's because I haven't experienced what you've experienced. I've experienced this, so I would say, you know what, that didn't work for me, or that never happened to me. This happened to me. But when you start to, you need to look at yourself if you're using your energy, your wisdom, your knowledge in a non-productive way, which would shut somebody down. That doesn't heal the world. That doesn't rise or raise the vibration in individuals or people around you. We have a lovely family of YouTubers now on Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. And I've noticed you're interacting, you're caring for one another. And even at the times that somebody may knee-jerk, we'll come along and we'll say, yeah, we totally understand that. And then all of a sudden you'll think about it and you'll say, oh, you know what, I really reacted silly to that. And that's beautiful, because that's me. I react sometimes and then, oh, what have I just done? So never, ever, ever feel bad about reacting. As long as you can see that, maybe 1 hour, 2 days, 3 days, look back at it and look at it and turn it around and look at that message as if somebody was sending you that message, and read it and see how it feels. That's what I do. That's a really good foundation to work on. Today's an interesting day, guys, because today's topic is about orbs. Why? Well, I'm going to share a story with you that happened to me, and it was in the diary of an accidental psychic. The young girl is now a grown woman, and the mother is a dear friend. And yeah, I met them only a couple of weeks ago in D Central, gave them all a hug. And this story was about a young girl who was going through teenage life, and it was very challenging for her. And of course it was challenging for her mother, because her mother had this connection with her daughter, as you do, this cord that you feel. And I won't go into detail, but all I can tell you is that the mother sat down in a corner while I was giving a healing session. As I started the healing, my hands touched a forehead and around the back of her head. And sometimes, a lot of you know who's ever been for healings with me over the 13 years, I normally drop my head down and I'm almost asleep, because it's a really pure energy as you're falling into that mode. And for some reason, as it happens, I lifted my head up, and in front of me were 3 of the most divine orbs that I've never seen in my life. It's the first time I ever experienced anything so profound. When you are in that kind of presence, one of 2 things happen. The first thing, your mind starts to think there's something wrong with you, which is quite common with a lot of people, because the mind is trying to figure out what it is, and because it has no information in the computer mind, it doesn't understand, and therefore it scrambles to try and understand it. And when it doesn't, normally fear can kick in. Well, as a healer, we don't kind of fear anything. We appreciate whatever's happening, good or bad, whatever the cleansing and clearing. So I wasn't sure. However, my active mind decided to turn and look at the mother to say, are you seeing what I'm seeing? What I saw then was so profound as well, was her mother's head was down and her hand was pointing right towards the orbs. At that moment, I had a big smile on my face and just thought, well, if she was meant to see this, her eyes would be open and she would be looking. I got the message there, the clear sign that said, this is for you. So I'm looking at this and I closed my eyes, put my head down. I didn't know what the orbs were, to be honest. This was very new. But I knew it was beautiful. The energy in the room set on fire. And coincidentally, over the years that I've worked with people in hospitals who may be going into the light or about to go into the light, when I give healing, what I have noticed is a very profound energy in the room that it feels like it's on fire. So this is what was happening with these orbs. I was on fire, I was sweating, and the room was just incredibly amazing. When I lifted my head back up 2 or 3 times, the orbs were going down into, they weren't getting smaller, but they were disappearing until they'd gone. You've asked me many times, do I believe in orbs? I have to say yes through my experience. However, there are probably 90% of photographs and of situations that we find ourselves in, that we think we've seen something, and they can be identified as something other. Okay, it could be lighting on the phone, on the camera. It could be a crystal shining. It could be a fly. It could be dust, and many things. So I think that it's always good to have a strong foundation and have that, you know what, let's see if it's real. Let's not just believe, but let's see. So I think that's a good way rather than just believe everything. I did a video a couple of days ago, was it yesterday? And it was named Mark's Spiritual Cleansing Natural Products, okay? And on that video, I'd like you all to go back and enlarge your screen on your computer. And I'd like you to come back to me after watching it from around about 11:11, isn't that funny? 11 minutes and 11. And just watch what happens. Take your time, don't rush, and see these little orbs. Now, the thing with this is, I'm still unsure, so I'm asking you to have a look. I'm even asking you to take that video and send it to an orb specialist and come back and let me know. But there is something really funny about this. If you watch that video, you will all know that for some strange reason, I just felt the need to pick my mum's picture up and put it into this shot. No idea why, as I do, don't know why I do it, just do it. But isn't it funny, out of all the videos I've ever done, and this one where I put my mum's picture in of that day, that these amazing little orbs were flying around and coming in and out of the scene and disappearing in the picture. To me, it's a beautiful thing, not necessarily that I need to prove anything. It was just, I thought, for you guys, it'll be a little bit of homework and a little bit of grounding work. And hey, you never know. It may have just been the essence of pure spirit. And you know what, guys? Isn't that wonderful? Because you saw what I was doing, right? I was cleansing. I was using my Palo Santo sticks. I was sharing that with you. So as I was using that, I was cleansing the room and they were still there. Doesn't that say something? Doesn't that tell you that spirit still stays in the room? Pure spirit, loving spirit still stays in the room when you cleanse a room. Something to think about. Well guys, it's a really interesting video. So remember, it's the video was called again, it was something like Mark's Spiritual Cleansing Natural Products, and I think it's the third one down from this one, or the second one down from this one. Okay, watch it, have a look, blow your screen up. Don't watch it on your phone because you won't see it. You need to get to your computer and blow it right up and watch carefully. It's quite incredible. So you may find that, you know, I've looked at it a few times and thought that's pretty special. But you take that video, send it to experts, then come back and even, why don't you share your thoughts on that under this video and let me know what you think about that and what you felt it could have been, okay? And if you do feel that, then back it up, go somewhere and get some confirmation from an expert, okay? I'll leave it with you. Have a great day, guys, from my heart to yours. And always remember, guys, whatever it is, whatever happens, whether truth or not, Spirit is always by your side. That I know and I feel. And they're always, always watching over you, and they love you every day. You are protected, you are loved, and you are the most special thing in their life. Don't you ever forget that. You're never alone. You're loved more than you could ever possibly know. From my heart to yours, have a beautiful day.